Welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I am your host again, Ms. Morningstar, and I am here. I have a co-host today. I'm going to bring her up shortly, Mrs. Jack, but I am here on WKRA 92.7 and change, and I'm excited to be here. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Hump day. You already know. I love a good hump day because that means we are almost clear and ready to take on the end of this week because Friday is just right around the corner. So I am excited and happy to be here. I hope all of you are ready to, let's get this morning started, get this day going, and hopefully, we can find some goodness out of this day. It's a sunny day, hopefully, and hopefully the weather will be great. I'm gonna look into the weather a little bit later as we keep going, and hopefully it'll be a great Wednesday. I know Wednesdays are good. Wednesdays are good. Let's claim it. Let's claim it. So as always, you guys know we always like to start our mornings with some morning affirmations. And I am the affirmation queen. So as we go ahead and get started on some morning affirmations, let me go ahead and pull it up for you guys. Give me 1 second here. Got it right here. So this affirmation, I wanted to focus because today is our mental health day, right? So we're going to be talking some good conversation about our minority communities and having self-confidence, being positive, and this is what this affirmation is focused on. So if you're constantly battling imposter syndrome, look it up, or downing yourself, having self-doubt, test these self-confident, positive affirmations. Remind yourself that you're worth more and that, try standing in a power pose. Y'all, your Superman pose, as you recite some of these reinforcements so that your mind, makes you stronger as a person in your mind. So I'm going to read we'll go through 1 through 15. I am true self, and that is powerful. Positive thoughts guide my daily routine. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. I believe in my unique gifts and my talents. I am capable of achieving my dreams. I find passion and it will drive me towards my purpose. I have the strength to overcome any setbacks. I'm always growing and transforming. My potential is success. I am more than any obstacle in front of me. I'm resilient, strong, and brave. I am a magnet for positive energy and good vibes. Success and happiness are natural outcomes for me. I am at peace with my past and excited for my future. Every day, I become more knowledgeable and wiser. My strength is greater than my challenges I face. I will manifest my dreams and aspirations. I inspire others through my actions and words. I believe in the person I'm becoming. I am in control of my emotions and reactions. I prioritize my self acceptance and self worth. I am powerful, creator of my own reality. I am a positive impact on the world. I impact change as a path to growth. I am confident in the decisions I make. Yeah, gotta throw some salt up, some sugar on there, y'all. If that is not an affirmation to help build you up, what is? I'm gonna bring my co-host up, Miss Jack, to the stage. Hey, Miss Jack. Good morning, sis. I can't hear you. You on mute.
Unmute myself. Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
I'm sitting over here
How you
listening to these
feeling?
great affirmations. Like,
Oh
you know
my
how you
goodness.
speak to kids in the morning before you send them to school? It sounded like stuff like that. Like, I am
And they need
wonderful.
it. They
They
need
need
it. Like you think about it. You need that, boost of confidence
it. Mm-hmm.
right before, a day. Cause we be having days.
The days are daying right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody needs it.
Absolutely. The
Mm-hmm.
days are daying. And sometimes those affirmations do more for for people than we expect it to do. I know for me it does it because
Yes.
sometimes I don't feel like it.
Sometimes you need just that one encouraging words. I send my text messages out in the mornings, right? Even though people text me back like all times of the day, the times where they see it is not the times that I send it. And
Mm-mm.
sometimes it's like I really needed this word at this moment because somebody was pressing my nerves. And it's just that little bit of positivity that you give people. It can sometimes turn people's days around.
It
Stuff
can.
happens every day, put you in a bad mood quickly.
You're
And
right.
sometimes it's a struggle trying to get yourself back into like not even a good mood, but just like a positive mood to keep forward and keep working. So sometimes you just have to get that good word and listen and yes, be uplifting, like powerful Black woman said. Uplifting helps. It really does help.
It does. It helps. It really puts a different type of pep, I say, in your
Yeah.
step. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Mhm.
gives you that extra oomph
That
that
motivation.
sometimes we
Whew.
we be missing.
When
So
you
I'm
almost at the
grateful.
finish line, when you
Hmm?
almost at the finish line and you got people you can start seeing it and hear people cheering and clapping, that
Yeah.
give you that little extra little piece of motivation to keep running and speed up a little bit to try to win.
Yes.
That's what we need.
Absolutely.
That's what we gotta have.
We need it. We need it. We need it. So I am going to and I'm doing the weather today. I want to jump into what they looking like for today. Give me 1 second while I pull that forecast up in front of me because I know it's been kind of cloudy.
It was
So
hot here. It was like 86
yeah.
today in Georgia.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's see what this weather is gonna do. Hold on 1 second here. How's your morning starting this morning, Miss
it's
Jack?
been pretty good. Pretty good. You know how it's Georgia. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
wake up to some pollen. You may wake up to some dew. Um, but it was warm, so you
Yeah.
know it'll get hotter later.
Oh yeah.
We're almost to air conditioned weather. If you leave it up to my husband, the air conditioned weather started 2 weeks ago,
I know
but
we listen, we've been in air condition.
y'all, yeah, where you
We
live
are
at?
in Houston, so
Right.
we've been here. We already in air condition mode. So it looks like it's let's see, gonna be a little bit chilly
Uh-oh.
here in Holly Springs. Not too bad. Let's see. So you guys let's see. The high is looking to be um about 73 71 73 degrees,
That's
which is
good.
not too bad. 70s
That's
is
a good
good.
temperature.
It's gonna
That's a
be
good temperature.
sunny, so that's a blessing, you guys. Y'all have some sun. So enjoy that. It does 0 chances of rain. So hey, I will take that if I were y'all. So just if you leave out early in the morning, today
Mm-hmm.
it is a little cool. So just bring you a light
Have a
sweater,
jacket, sweater.
cardigans, and just
Mm-hmm.
but you're gonna walk out of work today to a nice day. To a
Yes.
nice
The
day.
morning will fool you for the afternoon.
Yes. And it looks like it's gonna be the same in Memphis, So you
Okay.
guys are gonna walk out to some chilly weather in the morning, but as the day gradually goes in,
Mhm.
it'll warm up and it'll be pleasant. 70s are good. That's good weather. That's good weather.
One of
So,
the commenters, T Wiz, said that they are in no AC or heat weather. I think she's
ooh,
in
so what's y'all
Michigan.
climate? Y'all
I think
cold
she's
T
in
Wiz?
Michigan. What kind of weather is that? Maybe that's
Well,
that
Powerful Black
calm
Woman
temperature.
she's in Michigan. So
Right. It's not hot, not cold, and maybe just be like, you know.
yeah, yeah. So we are done with the weather, guys. So just no rain boots today. So you guys gonna get some sun. So enjoy that. Enjoy it while it lasts. Hopefully you going to a great weekend with weather as well. We'll keep you updated. So what is going on in these United States of America?
I feel like we're in the. Have you watched Jumanji? Have you ever seen Jumanji?
I love Jumanji. I love
Okay.
Jumanji.
I feel like we are right now in a never-ending game of Jumanji,
It
and
feel like I always say it feel like the upside down world.
yes,
Like
what was that
it really
movie?
does. That was
That's
a
crazy.
movie that came on Netflix. I forget what it's
Mhm,
called, but it was the
mhm.
upside down world, and that's where we at, y'all.
I do believe
Um,
that's what it feels like because we are, I said before I'm so sick of hearing breaking news because every day we used to have breaking news for like, oh my God, something happened drastic,
right,
something
right,
devastating happened no, breaking news now is just every day that president has said or done something or his cabinet or et cetera, et cetera.
exactly.
It's shocking to me, but
What's
I'm
even
doing it.
more shocking right now, well, I guess it's not so shocking,
It's not.
defying the courts. We have
I just
hit a,
I just read that.
yeah, we have now hit a wall in our Constitution where,
We have kicked
our
it over.
president is a defiant of our our judicial branch. And we have 3 branches of government for a reason.
Mhm.
Checks and balances. It's supposed to balance out each other. Each branch is responsible to check, each side and keep everybody balanced.
Mhm.
Well, they were supposed to return this young man that was wrongfully deported to the El Salvador gruesome prison where
Mhm.
a lot of people were transported illegally with no type of due process.
Mhm.
And they know for sure that this young man was sent on accident. Even the administration agreed that, oh, it was an accident. But now they say,
But can we
oh,
pause?
can't get him back. Go
Can we
ahead.
just pause real quick to
Go
talk to
ahead.
think about how much of an accident can we make as the country? How do you accidentally send somebody somewhere and say oops? Like the what you just said about due process. Due process is for everybody here, legally or
Mm-hmm.
illegally, documented or
Mm-hmm.
undocumented. You still deserve due process. Y'all
That's
are just
right.
snatching people out of their homes, and you know how you do the crime and think about it later. Right now they're just doing things and
What
apologize.
and
Oops.
what they doing, Miss Jack, is they're profiling. Okay, we know
Of
about
course.
profiling.
Oh,
We know
that
very well
part.
about profiling. They're
Yes.
profiling. They're projecting. So they're looking at people and they're
Mhm.
looking at a hat you
Hispanic
might be
man.
wearing or whatever your nationality is, if you're of a
Mhm.
different nationality, and if you got a tattoo on you, and they're profiling those people, and that is how they're making the decision. That's a gang member. We gonna send him away.
Right.
No due process, no nothing.
And
And
apparently he has no history of being charged with any crimes or connected to any gangs. And they were like,
absolutely a debacle.
yes, he did. Yes, he was. No. If he was, the judges would not be saying you have to bring that man back.
Exactly.
That was one of my newses that I'm going to read later about the judge, because she's saying it's a female. She's actually saying, yes, y'all are defined, and I need some feedback. Yeah. Is that not crazy?
It's insane.
I'm sorry, I interrupted your story. Go ahead.
No, it is insane. And I mean, I'm pretty sure the listening audience and everybody in our YouTube, I know they just as disgusted as we are, because it's just, we live here to the land that is supposed to be free, free and fair. And we are being shown right in our face while they play in our face. Because I even think that president of El Salvador was just here sitting in the Oval Office with the president.
Show.
And they did a little, couch show where they went back and forth about, well, he we don't send people back, or, when he know good doggone well, all he needs to do is organize it to send this man back home.
He called him a criminal. He said it would be kidnapping. You want me to read it?
I'm gonna let you read it. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna let you read your article in a few minutes.
I think it was just for show, though.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. So next, so Harvard University. So they're refusing to end their DEI program, which kudos to Harvard.
Kudos.
And Trump is threatening to freeze $2.2 billion in funding.
He dry threatening. That's what I call it. Dry threatening. You know how he never directly, gets himself in trouble. So he'll suggest something and say, maybe we should release or do something about the taxes with them.
You know what? It's disgusting. It is disgusting because many of us
tax exempt. He said maybe we should remove their tax exempt status. That's what it was. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Many of people don't know that Harvard University is so responsible for so much research. So many students there, up and coming, like cure for cancer, research on childhood, maybe all childhood cancers, and just all kind of research that's beneficial to us.
Right.
And you're threatening them because you're being a bully. And since the president of Harvard said, I'm absolutely not signing any agreement, no government, regardless of which party, should dictate what private universities can teach. And I agree.
Obama said something too about that situation. I wish I would have screenshot it, but he said, to the effect of, do you see what Harvard did? I hope the rest of the universities follow suit, because they stood their ground. And that was former President Obama saying that. Yeah. It's sad that he's a bully, because you threaten. That's the part I think I can't get past. This is supposed to be the president of the United States, and this is how you treat people that don't agree with you or say something that you don't really approve of, which is not really your lane. You shouldn't even know what half of these people are saying. When you're the president, you should have bigger things, to worry about, not what's going on at colleges for funding. They are Harvard for a reason. They have the best and the brightest at Harvard.
They do.
But to threaten their funding, that's just, like you said, it's a bully tactic.
It is. And I think we are now, like, we've all known, a lot of us have known that he's just nothing but a bully, but I think we're just tired. And we just are to the point where we are saying enough is enough. What are the upper leadership what are they going to do? What are the people in Congress going to do? Because this is becoming a Congress issue. It's really been a Congress issue, but what are they going to do?
The judges, it's going to take judges to get him out. The judicial branch is above the executive branch for a reason.
Right, but the Congress is who holds the key to impeaching him or doing something to stop this.
They have to get
It's up to Congress, honestly.
They have to do something, because right now, if you do nothing, it's going to crumble. What we're doing is setting a precedent. If you do not do something now, he's just figuring out more things that he can get away with. You have to put a stop to it. When you go over the Constitution, like, we got to question, why do we have a Constitution then if the president can just overstep it because he got certain types of immunity? Some stuff should still be like, hey, you still have to abide by the Constitution. And we see right now, he's not doing that. He defied a court order from the Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to, and I think and this is my opinion, guys. So, and we're going to take a quick commercial break, but I think he's testing his boundaries. He's trying to see how far would they let me go before they stop me. And that's scary. That's scary, guys. Think about it. This is a 79-year-old man testing with our Constitution. Yes, we are in a constitutional crisis, is what they're saying, and I believe it. You guys are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I'm your host this morning, Ms. Morningstar, and I have my beautiful sister with me, Mrs. Jack. We are holding it down. DJ Kitty will be joining us shortly. She had a prior engagement, had to wrap it up, so she'll be back shortly. I'm going to jump into a commercial break, and we'll be back after this quick break.
Let's be real. Being a woman means juggling everything. Careers, families, goals, and somehow our health ends up last on the list. But what if your wellness came first? At Nutrition You Design, we believe healthy living shouldn't be complicated. From custom meal plans to one-on-one coaching and specialized lab testing, we're here to help you fuel your body and feel amazing every day. It's not about dieting, it's about thriving. It's about energy, balance, confidence, you. So if you're ready to feel stronger, healthier, and in control of your nutrition, let's do this together. Contact Nutrition You Design today and design a healthier you.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Kicks LLC is your one-stop shop for a wide variety of customized items. So bling out your Crocs, customize that cutting board, get you custom dominoes. Stop by and we will customize your order today. We can be found on Etsy and Our Plugs LLC. I'll be waiting to customize your order. All you need to do is place it.
And I'd like for you to do one more thing for me. Hold up 2 fingers. This is you, and this is me, and the space that exists between us should be filled with value.
Equal, a global human initiative, and its value identity model.
Opal May Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skincare in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opal May Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Okay, and we are back. You're listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm your host this morning, Mrs. Morningstar, and I have Mrs. Jack here with me. And we just having talks, y'all. We just chopping it up. Talking about what's going on in our country, all of us. And the things that we see on a daily basis, you can't escape it. You can't escape it. These are
can't
things
even be
that
surprised and shocked anymore.
No. And we love, this is why, Ms. Jack, we love coming into Wednesdays, because it's mental health and we talk about different topics, and it just gives us a way to kind of glide into the rest of the week, because I usually around this time is when most people are probably stress level is like high, because you've heard so much. I've never experienced this much news
That
between
exactly
Monday
that.
and Wednesday.
Exactly that. That is it on a to a T. That is it right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
much news that you have to have anxiety about it. Usually, we'll see news stories and things happen. Like I said, every once in a while, breaking news, whatever. But now we get anxiety with it because, like, what now? We always saying, what now? What now? What's happened now lately in the last hour, the hour before that? So yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it's hard to pull away from it completely because we need to be aware of what's happening, but it's hard.
Live it.
It's
We
hard.
live it, and we got to keep other people informed that don't hear it and see it in other places. Trying to move things to Social Security, having news from Social Security being shown on Twitter. Old people aren't going to see that. So they may be listening to the radio, so they may hear us talk about it.
Right. Exactly. That's exactly why we come on here. And some positive news. Let me flip on. I'm gonna let you get in what you had to say too about this judge, what the judge is saying. But in some positive news, guys, which is about our community, a father and daughter land their own show, Renovating Homes, on HGTV. Now, HGTV is my grandmother's favorite show.
I like it too.
Home repair, and a
Yeah, I
father
love
and
it.
daughter. The name is Poncho and Chrislyn Patterson. A father and daughter duo are set to star on Commend, a new HGTV show premiering this summer. The series follows them as they restore Detroit. Okay, D-Town, powerful Black woman. They restore Detroit most rundown properties, turning them into turning them from neglected space into beautiful homes. I think that is amazing.
It is, because you're not just.
I'm gonna watch that
to see, because you can take those, and some of them are historical. You can take those old houses and turn them into houses and have people move into them instead of driving by them every day, and then one day it's been condemned and it's falling apart. So that's a great
powerful
thing.
Black woman. She from Detroit. You should be proud of that, because you know what I used to love driving to Detroit because it is some historic. It's Motown. It's historical there. So yes, they're going to fix those condemned homes, and they're going to build them up, and I'm here for it. So you guys make sure you look for their show. It's called Condemned. It'll be on HGTV premiering this summer. Google it so you can get more information. A father and daughter duo. They going to be out here breaking down wall structures, building them back up, working with a budget. It's probably going to be educational too for some of us who want to do some, because you always learn something when you see them home improvement.
Exactly. I used to watch it with my husband because he was a realtor. So they was redoing a house, and we were watching it was on repeat. It was a husband and wife couple. I can't remember their names, but
I know what you're talking about.
They actually would. I love watching a family come in and see the renovations.
Right, when it's done.
Right, yes, and that's rare for a Black couple, a Black family to get it too. So that's another excitement for me, to not think that it's only one group of people that do things like that.
Yeah.
Which is another motivation for your kids. Tell your children they can do anything.
I think this is just a good sign to explore the generational wealth that we look to try to, talk about here on the show and build it for our community, for our future.
Absolutely.
But that was my good news, Miss Jack. What you got?
Good.
What you got?
I like that good news. Saying? Okay. So earlier we was talking about the his name is, let me get it correct because I don't want to mess his name up. His name is Kilmar Abrego Garcia, right? He's the young man from Maryland who was falsely, I call him falsely deported. How do you deport somebody from here away from here? But anyway, the judge said that, he has a right to be here. You guys have to come back and tell me, what's going on, and you got to get him back here. I think the first time it was within like 24 hours. And next thing you know, we see him sitting with the leader of El Salvador in the Oval Office, and he's telling him, oh no, that would be kidnapping for me to send him back to y'all. And so now, this was today, I got this from CNN. It says the federal judge overseeing the case of the man mistakenly deported to El Salvador said she would allow for expedited fact finding to help her figure out whether the Trump administration is compliant with her order that it facilitate his return from one of the country's notorious mega prisons. It is a scary prison that they sent him to. She said, I do need evidence in this regard because to date, what the record shows is nothing has been done. U.S. District Judge Paula Zenas has said in a hearing yesterday on Tuesday.
That's because they not doing nothing. I'm telling you, they are bold, ladies and gentlemen. They are bold, and they are taking a stance. And this is how I guess they feel they're gonna break this system. But we need a judge or somebody to do exactly what she's doing, expedite it, and hold them in contempt. And somebody needs to go get locked up.
It's going to take law. We can't arrest him. We can't, but it's going to take the legal ramifications that they can do to hold people accountable. And that's why we have the checks and balances that they seem to have forgotten. But she is a little upset, and she should be. Yeah. Because you just willfully said, no, I'm not going to do it. And then they're having all these news reports about, we proved that he is a gang member. He still is not. So it's like they're trying to cover themselves. It's
crazy. Just insane.
It is too much insanity going on is what it is.
It is.
I hope they get him home. We did prisoner swaps. It's not hard to get him home.
Yeah, get him home. And good news too. Carmelo Anthony, the young man, was released. Yes,
on bail.
Bail. Yeah, okay. His bail was paid. Got some, nutty MAGA folks that's just losing their mind behind it, but that was the right thing to do. And I hope that this young man who has his whole life ahead of him gets a fair trial and is able to, with evidence, prove that he was standing his ground. It was self-defense.
I think him getting bond is part of the evidence that he was standing his ground, because in certain situations, if you can prove that some of it was legal, then you could get lower bond or bond. Sometimes they won't give you bond at all. So I do believe that they found out some more information, and that's why they gave him a bond. And I think that's why his dad, the other guy's dad, was like, I'm not mad with him, I forgive him. But then there was another story where he was saying, what kind of family raises somebody like this? And then they found out more stuff about him. And, it's always slander.
I saw that article about the father, right?
Yes, and then it's slander. Why are you trying to slander? Your children were not saints. If they would have kept their hands to themselves, they would still be here.
We wouldn't be in this situation. We wouldn't be even talking about it right now. Exactly. Had they not went and put their hands on this young man. End the discussion, period, point blank. But come on, let's roll into what our topics are tonight. We are here. It's mental health. It's Mental Health Day, and Miss Jack wants us. We want to talk to our brothers and sisters of our LBGTQIA community, because we love them. We have some dear friends and family members that we love no matter who they choose to love, and we want to talk about it because yes, they are part of the community, and every person, human being, entity deserves respect and deserves to do love who they choose to love. So let's talk about it. What's going on, Miss Jack?
So one prior tip before I start is the LGBTQ plus community is who we service in our plugs as well. You are part of the minorities that we have in our business. So we welcome you all. Usually when I come, I give 4 tips. And today we're going to talk about supporting our LGBTQ brothers and sisters. So the first one is educate yourself. Familiarize yourself with the terminology, the history, the experiences, the laws against them. Sometimes they had to fight just to get married. It was not always there for them to get married. And then there was a case that I read that it's actually legal now to exclude them from things. There was a bakery that didn't want to make a wedding cake for a gay couple, and they went to court and won.
Yeah,
to be able to exclude them. So educate yourself on the things that some of the LGBTQ have done and have had to go through to get some of the freedoms that we have normally. Yeah. Instead of just, sitting around and guessing and wondering what they're
that ties in with our rights, like the civil rights. When the orange man came into office, he decided to sign executive orders to take away our civil rights. Right? Where now we people can legally discriminate. They can legally discriminate against who they want or who they want to do services for, who they want in their stores, who they want to hire, things like that. That's can legally discriminate.
Legal discrimination given. And then imagine how the community feels knowing that there's laws made directly against them. Yes. This is supposed to be, like you said earlier, this is the land of the free. You're supposed to have all the freedoms in the United States. And here you are. People are still actively trying to disparage you and keep you into a minority group by saying, okay, well, it's not against policy. You can make your own policy. If you don't want to sell to people, then you don't have to sell to gay people, gay couples, because it was a wedding cake. And they found out, I think it was 2 women, and they were upset and went to court over it. And I'm like, it's just sad. So that's my first tip. Educate yourself with some of the things that they had to go through. The same thing like we tell you guys to educate yourself about African Americans and our history. Educate yourself about what the terminologies, history, and experiences that the LGBTQ community have had to go through.
Exactly. You definitely want to educate yourself because at the end of the day, it's hate. It is hate.
Thank you.
I hear a lot of them talk about, the Bible a lot. And, they're Christians. Well, in the Bible, it says, judge not, ye be not judged.
Unless ye be judged. And then
Matthew 7:1-3.
Is the Bible not about love one another, love your neighbor, love everybody? No, not one time did I ever read in the Bible that said love these people except these people, not these people.
Exactly.
Not these people.
Because it's not our call to judge. That's not up to us. We're here, we're imperfect human beings on this earth, all of us.
Absolutely.
Therefore, it's not our call to judge. It is our duty to show love and respect and love thy neighbor.
That's what a real Christian is supposed to do.
If you are a real Christian.
You're not even supposed to be judgmental. So I hate to hear people say, that's not the Christian way. That's not what a Christian would do. It's not Christian-like, but everything you're doing towards these people negatively is unchristian as well. But the hypocrisy is never on the people that are always talking down to people or disparaging the community. It's always like, oh, I feel like I'm better than you because I'm straight. No, people are people. Okay. So that was the first tip. The second tip is to stand up against discrimination. Speak out against hate speech, slurs, and discriminatory behavior. We always teach our kids that you don't have to join into bullying. You know, if you can stand up for your friend, stand up for your friend. Don't stand by and just let somebody treat your friend bad and just stand there. You know, you can defend it. You can take up for it, speak out against it, say, hey, that is wrong. That is bad. But don't just stand there and let somebody get assaulted or get talking down to, like, because they feel like they're easy targets. You know, bullies are going to bully regardless. And it's up to people to stop the bullying. Some of them just want to be checked. Some of them just have to get one word from the other person to be like, oh, this is not okay. And they'll stop. Some people will stop. But I don't think people are, like, this day and age, and especially with the political craziness surrounding it, people are scared to defend it because nobody wants to say, oh, you must be just like them. If you're defending them, are you gay too? Like, what? Like, it's sad. It's color or something.
It's really sad because at the end of the day, we are all human beings. Like, there's no need to worry or have or fret or think that someone is trying to impose anything on your beliefs. Your belief is your belief, and that's fine to have. You know, it does not affect the next person either way. You know, how I feel versus how they feel may not be the same. However, doesn't mean we can't live together in the same neighborhood, or we can't be neighborly, or we cannot be friends just because you love you love someone that I choose to love another person. That's my business. And it's a matter of respect.
People are actively going around to people houses that have LGBTQ flags or rainbow pride flag and tearing them down, like destroying their actual property. The bravery that they have to be hateful is astounding more now. You know, they're more brazen with it. Like, dude had a video of the man tearing his flag down on his porch. Like, he got out his car, walked up to this man's house, came on his porch, tore his flag down. And they were like, this is the second time this has happened. And it's just like you said, what is so hard about not bothering people, minding your business? If it does not affect you, how does it affect you so bad? What somebody else does with their life is wild to me. So, okay, number 3.
Okay.
I don't either. Number 3 is accept your family members. Accept your family members and friends and show them that you love them regardless. And try to understand that LGBTQ are normal people just like you and I. I think one of the saddest situations is to not be accepted by the people that you love and that are supposed to love you. Yes. Being turned away from a parent, a best friend, or something. You know, it's a lot of reasons why a lot of people stay in the closet because they're scared of not being accepted. But you just have to continue realizing these are normal people. The only difference is that they choose to love the same sex. That's it. They're still the same person. They're still your child, your niece, your cousin, your auntie, whoever. They are still that person.
Yes.
Love somebody else. And if you can turn your back on that person, like, you have to question the love. If you're going to fully accept them, just accept them and move on. If you have questions, that leads to my number 4. My number 4 is to engage in the difficult conversations. Be prepared to have challenging conversations about their issues that make you feel uncomfortable, but understand that it's their real life story. So if you have questions about something that makes you uncomfortable, talk about it. You know, let them explain how they feel, what they've been going through, how their lifestyle may be. You know, if it gets too deep and they say, hey, that's a little personal, accept that for what it is. Because imagine talking to another straight person. I start asking you about your private life in the bedroom. You're going to be like, whoa, that's too much. It's the
It's
same
private.
thing.
It
This
is
is
very,
still
it is,
private.
it's private. Nobody
Exactly.
talks about, their private relationships with their spouse or their,
Mhm.
or their person. That is very private. So
Very.
that's why I don't like the fake outrage. I call it fake outrage.
It
Like
is.
that the people are displaying around the world towards this minority group of people.
Mhm.
It's fake outrage because something is within themselves that's causing them to feel this abundance of outrage towards these people who've not done anything to harm them. It's either they have some hidden secrets, possibly, maybe they
Mhm.
have some trauma that they need to deal with. Something happened within their life that was traumatic that they have not had a chance to get over because all the false accusations when it comes to, the children, they're trying to groom the children. No way.
Target has rainbow clothes that are trying to groom the kids to
I love
be
rainbows.
like what?
I mean, Miss Jack, I love
Me
rainbows
too.
before the LBGTQIA community used it as their symbol. I love colors.
We had Care Bears
We
in the
had Care Bears.
80s. Was it the 80s? We had Care Bears,
Yes,
and one
we
of them
had
had a
Care
rainbow
Bears.
across his
Reading
chest.
rainbow.
Reading rainbow, like they have turned the rainbow and the pride flag into like something bad, and that's what I don't like.
Yes.
Just
And
look
that's what I
at.
don't like. I
Yeah,
don't like
and like
that.
you said, there may be something else underlying. I think some portion of the quote unquote straight community that's mad at the LGBTQ are mad because they're living their truth. They're living out and proud in their
Mm-hmm.
truth, and they can't because they are so-called Christian conservatives, and
Mm-hmm.
their whole family would turn their backs on them.
Hence, and we got to take a quick commercial break. I'm sorry, I see you giving time. Hence, why we're gonna come back and keep talking about this. Why
Okay.
when they were at the Republican convention, a certain app blew up. You are watching Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I'm your host, Miss Morningstar, with my beautiful sister, Mrs. Jack. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Open May Simplistic.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugsllc.com. Can't wait to see you.
Hi. .saysomething.biz, and let's say something together.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. WKRA 92.7 The Change. We are back on air, and we were just having a great conversation about, some people ain't living in their truth, Miss Jack. I'm going to just say it. They ain't doing it.
They
ain't
are
doing it, girl.
not, and they
They
are
ain't doing
bad.
it.
Imagine liking chocolate and can't tell nobody that you like chocolate because everybody else don't like chocolate.
I love chocolate.
Shame to say that you like chocolate. I love chocolate, but I'm proud to say you're gonna be mad with the majority.
And this is what's happening. You can't live life a lie.
Exactly.
And what we was talking about was the INC convention. It was an app called Grindr. I believe.
Grinder.
Blew up. Blew up. Those who don't know what Grinder is, it's an app where you can hook up with the same sex, men, particular men. They can hook up. You know how you have dating apps, hookup apps. That's what that app was. And during the RNC convention, it was so much traffic on that particular app that it crashed.
Why was
I'm
that
just
during
saying.
the RNC?
It happened during their convention. You look, allegedly, it, you know, no, it happened. It ain't even alleged.
I heard that it happened. I did hear that.
It did happen. It happened.
Mhm.
So, hey, you know, again, leave that community be, because at the end of the day, we are all here to be on the United States and, you know, putting our efforts into making this country comfortable and great for all of us. It's never
Right.
been great,
Right.
but we want to live in a world where we not prosecuted, persecuted, judged, you know, convicted before we even get due process. I mean,
It's even what one of our commenters, her name is Melbo, she says it's never easy, ladies, always looking around. One tip I want to give everybody stop making people uncomfortable. Stop staring at people. We have had LGBTQ plus people have been around for long enough for people to not have to stare at them as if they are so different and so weird looking. Nobody should have to feel uncomfortable because they know, okay, well, she is with another woman or he is with another man. Let's just stare at them because they are here to eat like we are here to eat, but they're not like us. So we got to stare at them and make them feel
they're not
uncomfortable.
aliens, y'all.
Make those sly remarks and little, snippy comments. It's rude. Stop being rude. Stop it. I don't understand why this world feels like they haven't authority over other people and can tell them how they should live their lives. Not that crashed Grinder, the RNC crash grind. Right. Yeah. Be better people is what I'm trying to say. Be better to the people that have nothing to do. If you left people alone, your life would be a little happier. That's what I think people don't realize. You spend all this time. Imagine how miserable you have to be spending all your time worrying about what somebody else is doing with their life instead of your own life. Why this other person loves somebody else and you are at home unloved, and this man has a boyfriend or a husband, and you sit home lonely trying to be mad with him because he got somebody and you don't. Imagine how horrible and miserable that is. Stop it.
I'm laughing at Melbo. She said, my pastor's friend called me a handsome woman. Melba, how do you take that? Is that a compliment or is that...
Right, because we know Melbo audience. We do have TikToks that we do. A lot of us know each other, so we have seen Melbo. Melbo is in the LGBTQ community, and that was her comment. Her pastor friend called her a handsome woman. I think that's a compliment, though. That is a compliment.
Yeah, is that a compliment?
But it's her pastor.
She said I loved it. Okay.
But that's a lesson, though. She said her pastor friend called her that. So her pastor,
as long as you loved it,
didn't make her feel uncomfortable, didn't discriminate against her. That's how you're supposed to be. You are not the judge and the jury. God is.
That's
your word means nothing.
I wish the propaganda that is being fed out here is the fake, and I'm going to say it again, the fake news that people are, that this community is grooming your children. Listen, you need to be more worried about what the heterosexual community is in, the white man in the heterosexual community or undercover man is doing against your children, maybe the pastors and some of these sheriffs. And I mean, we have read some in the last few months. Miss Jack has brought us some she has brought us some fiery information about what's going on in these communities and how children are being assaulted by these
The usual
older, not
suspects.
the LGBTQIA community, not the
Not a
trans
drag queen.
community.
Hmm. Not a drag queen.
No, but pastors, teachers,
Sheriffs. A lot of
sheriff,
them were
yeah,
law enforcement
law
and
enforcement.
pastors in church communities. That was the majority. And that's the crazy, saddest part. You're not safe in the church, and you're not safe from the law enforcement, but it's all supposedly straight white men.
Exactly. That's
But
doing
that's
these
what they
crimes.
do. They make other people who are a very, very, very small minority of the population, they try to make them seem worse than someone that is a bigger portion of the population, because the straight white men are the ones that are doing the majority of it. But of course, they don't want that to be popular.
Right.
So they make it seem like gay people are scary.
Right. And this is some things that they're teaching
Deflection.
to their children, grooming. So in other words, they're saying that their children are being groomed by this population of people who don't live in their household, who's not responsible for them. It's your parents who are responsible for you. It's your parents who teach you most of the things that you learn. So who's doing the grooming? Because if you're grooming your children to be discriminate against a group of people, maybe an aunt, an uncle who loves them, who might be part of that community, or maybe a cousin.
Right.
Their love for them has nothing to do with whom they love on their personal life.
Exactly.
Stop doing that. If anybody is out here listening in our community, please have a heart. Think about, what would Jesus do? I'm gonna go there. What would Jesus do?
WWJD. We have seen the bracelets. We have seen the necklaces. WWJD. If you are not Jesus, stop judging and discriminating about people.
Today, make today the day you put your foot down and say, I'm not going to judge this community. I'm going to uplift people who uplift me. If it don't mean you got to go to you don't have to go to their parades. You don't have to go and do things that, uplift them, but you don't have to do any of those things to just be a good steward. A good person, a good neighbor, a good friend.
Exactly. Like
you don't have to assault them. You don't have to degrade their property. You don't have, or teach your children that they're the boogeyman.
Right. You don't have to belittle anybody to support them. Like you said, you don't have to go to the parades and make yourself feel uncomfortable. You don't have to go do anything. But what you don't also have to do is make disparaging comments about them to them in their presence that they're going to hear it. Some stuff just needs to be left unsaid, because all it's doing is getting a couple laughs from your friends, but you're making somebody else feel bad. Think about how you are getting enjoyment on making other people feel bad, because that's all you're doing. It's not going to stop them from being who they are. Just because you say bad things to them doesn't make them say, oh my goodness, I don't want to be in this community anymore. It's not going to stop it. So just keep the comments to yourself. Like your mama used to say, if you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing.
That part. Shh. That part. And you know what? I want to say this. I want to lead with this. Okay, we'll give you guys an example. This is not about the LGBTQIA community, but this is another article I had about police harassing a Texas Black woman. Now, this falls into the same category as the LGBTQIA community, because they have been harassed, they have been discriminated against, they have been, ostracized. Laws have been changed so they can't live their life, or even take care of the loved ones that they have. Things have been very challenging for them. But this woman in Texas, she was harassed by the police walking. Now y'all hear what I'm saying? Walking on the wrong side of the road.
She was black.
With her, she was a black woman,
Walking
with
my black.
her white husband,
Oh, that's
who
what
was
made
not
me mad.
questioned at all.
Oh,
So
no.
the story, let me tell you how the story goes. This was in Groves, Texas. Akia Towns, an African American woman, was walking on the wrong side of the road, on a road with her white husband, Brad Towns. They were looking for their missing dog. Now, they were walking on a road, they're walking in the street because this was a road this is actually a street that has no sidewalks. So I guess the rule is you're supposed to walk with traffic, not against traffic. Well, they were both walking on the opposite side looking for their animal together. However, the police only approached Akia and asked her for her license and her ID
While she
was walking. They approached her with their hands on their guns and asked her, "What you doing?" She explained while her white husband pulled his phone out and started immediately recording.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't ask him.
She got a good one. I like that at least. Mm-hmm.
Didn't ask him for anything. Under Texas law, saying I live here, I ain't know. You gotta walk facing traffic. So you must walk facing traffic. I'm sorry, I said walking towards you. You gotta walk facing traffic. So in the video, you can hear her saying, he was saying, the husband, because he was pissed. He's like, "You can't walk while black. What's the problem?" The husband was upset. Man. Clearly, he's a white man. His wife is being harassed. But this is what I'm talking about. These are the discriminations and discriminatory processes we live every day as people of color. Mm-hmm. So just imagine what the community, LBGTQIA community, is going through right now. And if they people of color, it's a double whammy.
Let it have been two black people. They wouldn't let the other man record. They would have had a problem with him recording. That too. I need help.
They called for shit. By the time that ended, they told her she was being detained.
For what?
And they gave her a ticket. And they had called other officers. Yeah, I'll let that sink in. I just wanted to share that with y'all. I see our sister is here, DJ Kitty.
Hey,
you
y'all.
Made it. Hey.
Yes, I did. Thank you so much for holding the ship down.
Welcome back.
We got this.
Yes, I know. Stop it, Ms. Jack. When you can't help when you get up under the weather, and this one, the older you get, that's the harder it seems to fight this mess.
Yeah,
but
you sound congested.
Yeah, I'm congested and amongst other things, but I'm gonna be all right. I'm not look, the Lord ain't done with me yet. Hey, I'm still here.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I was just listening in, and I caught the tail end of that, and I see that our brother Reggie has joined us as well. He's back from his vacation.
Let's get on up here. We got the family in the building now.
Yep, got the family in the building. I'm gonna go on because I feel like I sound like an old person right about now. So I'm gonna go on.
How you doing?
How you doing? Welcome back. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hey, everybody.
So you flew on the airplane, and it was good, right? So I'm good.
I made it. United Airlines does a good job, you guys. For FYI, for those of you who are looking for safe flight, United Airlines. They do a great job.
Yeah, we'll be flying next month, and that's going to be an interesting flight. I'm just going to say my prayers, get on there.
I'm going to pray y'all plane up and down.
Up and down.
Have you guys booked your flight yet?
Yes, we have. We've already booked the flight. Yeah.
Well, what airlines are you using?
We're going through Southwest.
Okay.
and flying into DC. We got our hotel room. We'll be fine. God got
Okay.
us.
No, it'll be
We're on
fine.
a mission.
What
Yeah,
day?
cool.
We leave out the 16th.
Oh, okay, okay. Because I'll be in DC on the 8th. My friend's retirement
Girl,
ceremony is the 8th.
don't let us meet
Oh,
up. If we meet up again,
It's the 8th.
whew, I
The 8th.
know.
I
Just
was
stay
gonna
there.
be there
Wait
a
on us.
couple
We'll be back.
days.
We
I
coming.
can't stay that long.
Oh, that's funny.
honey.
Be an APB out on me, girl.
It sure will. I said Miss Jack will be like, whoop, whoop, it's the sound of the police.
So how was your trip, Reggie?
It was beautiful. It was productive. We got, a lot of things accomplished. So I was happy with the time that I spent for sure.
That's
Wonderful.
good. That's
Wonderful.
wonderful. You know we're proud of you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. If there's anyone, because I don't care about too many people's opinion.
Okay.
If there's anyone's opinion that I care about, it is definitely you guys. My Our Plugs family.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that really makes my heart warm. I appreciate that.
Of course. God put us here for a reason. So,
Absolutely.
and I don't care, I know we're talking about our other community. And to me, I just feel like people just let people love. That's what's wrong.
I
Hate
can't
is
understand why they
expensive.
can't.
Hate is expensive. And why are you so worried about what other people do in their bedrooms? Lord, that
It's
says
an
more about you than
authority
it does
thing.
anybody else.
It's an
So you know
authority
what?
thing. They feel like they have the authority to
Lord.
tell people what. Remember, I was talking about MAGA the other day. MAGA's only problem is people don't do what they want them to do. They want them to do what they want them to do. And if you don't, they have a problem with it. And a lot of people are like that in the world, not just MAGA, but they feel like there's an authority inside them that say, hey, I should be able to tell you who to love, where to go, not to have more than me, not to be out, walking freely down the street. It's something like that. It's the absence of being able
Power
to
trip.
Alone.
listen. Yes,
Well,
it's a power trip.
The thing is that, and I was kind of talking about this earlier today, the thing that, as human beings that we're most attracted to is what benefits us, right? And so in our society, we've been socialized a certain way. And this is just what people have learned and have been programmed. And the problem is that they've really not been given another option that benefits them, right? And that's why they continue to operate in this old program, broken, that doesn't work, that hurts them and hurts everybody else, And what really needs to happen is that we need to be able to offer people another option that benefits them, because if it benefits them, they will be attracted to it. And that's what the real problem is because it's like we're saying, leave people alone, but that's not something that benefits them. We've got to show them another option that benefits them, because if we do, they'll be attracted to it and they'll be more interested in using it. And
So saying, staying out of people's business won't get you beat up.
Well, think about it. If I just say,
that's what you get out of it. It's not getting beat up.
You won't get beat up if you mind your own business.
Wait a minute. So can we
that's
say this?
That's one option.
If you don't beat them, join them. I mean,
okay, because you act like you are upset. Are you jealous? Do you want to join? I mean,
well, that's a negative motivation. We got to give them a positive motivation, and
it may not be
that angry,
because that's what drives people.
If you're that angry and it bothers you that much, try it. You might like it, because evidently there's something that's striking your interest and you're suppressing it. But on that note, I'm gonna be quiet.
So my brother Reggie, y'all came in a little late because me and Miss Jack was having this conversation.
We heard.
You heard the whole thing? You heard her go.
We heard there was some good stuff that I heard when we did jump in. That you were making some points, Miss Morningstar.
I'm just making a suggestion. Like, we saw what happened at the RNC convention. Speculations flew all through the air. You know, and
Grinder.
they're so against, yes, Grinder. And they're so against this community of regular people who do nothing to them. Do you want to join them? I mean, what is the alternative?
That's what it is.
It's a
Well,
combined
no,
hate. It's a hate.
there
It's
can
a
be that too. There
Yeah.
could be that too. But the thing is this, is that when people lack the ability to experience power in their own lives, they are more attracted to attempt to take it from others, because even if it's like for 3 minutes, even if it's for 5 minutes,
It's fulfilling.
it's a rush. It's a benefit.
Yes.
Even,
Remember what I was
even
saying
when you
earlier? I'm sorry.
even when you donate money to someone, right? Let's just talk about this benefit component. Even when you're donating money to a charity, you're giving it away. But why are you doing it? It's because it makes you feel good.
Same thing with bullying.
It makes you exactly
feel good to hurt other people's
we
feelings.
are attracted to what makes us feel good. And even if that thing is doing something bad, even if doing something bad is what makes you feel good, it's hard to resist what benefits you.
Dopamine.
Think about think about it.
I feel that. I feel
it 100% because you see what our president is doing. He's enjoying.
Exactly.
He's enjoying
inflicting.
Exactly.
You're
And
right.
so what do? They live for the next, have you guys heard that song? It's a rock song. It says, everybody's working for the weekend. Everybody's living for the next fix. Everybody's living for the next opportunity to inflict pain on someone else, because again, they're
not everybody
hurting internal. Yes,
those people, not everybody.
And then they do it again, and they keep, you know what I'm saying? Because it keeps them. It's the dopamine, as Miss Jack pointed out. And and so they just, they get those, but it's all temporary because it only lasts for a little bit, and then they have to do it again and again. And that's what the real, So we've got to give them, and that's what I meant. We've got to give people another way to experience the rush of that benefit, but in a way that is positive, that actually benefits them, but that doesn't hurt other people.
Okay, so
and that's where the challenge is.
I'm
not getting beat up.
Not getting beat up.
Well, that's one.
Jack and Miss Morningstar say not getting beat up is a positive
motivation.
Motivation. not getting beat up. Okay, so we got the last 2 minutes, sis. I'm gonna let you go on and run the show. You've been running it all this time and doing a fantastic job, and I'm at to agree with Miss Jack. Not getting beat up.
Nice.
Let's go ahead and hear our last few spills, guys, before we end the show. So go ahead, Miss Jack. I'm gonna let you get it out because you trying to tell them something. Go ahead.
Okay, so my advice:
30 seconds.
How to deal with the LGBTQ plus community. If you do not agree with their way of life, it is none of your business. The easiest thing to do is to keep walking and mind your business, because if it does not affect you personally, then it should not affect you at all.
Facts.
That was a nice version.
Yeah, that was the good version. Reggie, thank you. Come on, what you got? I know Reggie that came in and even gave us some already. Give us a little more, bro. 30 seconds.
All right, I have a little bit something to drop on you guys. So there are 4 entry points to what we need as human beings. The first one is see me. The second one is hear me. The third one is feel me. And the fourth one is value me. Now, the question that I have is, who is the person or people that you need to receive those validations from?
Me first.
Love it.
There you go. There you go. There you go. You need to see you. You need to hear you. You need to feel you, and you need to value you. Because you cannot control whether or not it comes from others, even if it's your family, even if it's your significant other. And that's where we run into so much disappointment, is because, well, wait a minute, you're supposed to, because I did this for you. And, sometimes people are not in a space to give us what we need, but we have to be vigilant in caring for ourselves to be sure that we're checking all those buttons,
Absolutely.
checking all those boxes.
I love it. We missed you, Ray.
Yes, we did. We missed
I miss you guys too.
We missed you. DJ
Glad you're back.
Kitty Cat, the home girl, the host. What you guys says?
I'm just happy to be back. I'm hoping that my recovery is
juice.
soon. And yeah, I'm drinking juice
Plenty
and
of
trying to
liquid.
drink water. I done lost some weight, and that's a good thing, but I ain't want to lose it like this. You guys take care. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And we will be back soon. We'll be back soon. First thing in the morning, actually.
Yeah, we're doing this thing again in the
Yes,
morning. You guys are
first thing in
listening
the morning.
to WKRA 92.7 The Change. It was a wonderful time this morning. You guys be safe, be blessed. It is hump day. And we'll
Happy
see y'all
Wednesday.
in the morning. Love y'all.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Hey y'all, it's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the Community Connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.
Hey y'all.